with this wonderful opportunity. And I think it's an honor and privilege to be associated with this prestigious UGC-HRDC at University of Mysore. So all the respected professors, a very good morning from my side, and I welcome you all to this session today as per the FIP, that is Guru Dakshita. So I'll just request all of you, since we are in the new normal and I have been told that right now you're in the second week of your FIP. So a lot of things might have been discussed, tossed up as of now. And I think during FIP, as we get to see participants, professors from all across the country from different disciplines. So keeping that in mind, I think the focus of today's session will be connected with something which everybody will be more or less comfortable and you'd love to try and share your experience. So before I start, what I normally look forward to is I normally make it an interactive session. It will not be a one-way kind of a presentation, neither it will be some kind of a monologue. Rather, it will be a forum for interaction. And I look forward to all of you for your rich experience sharing, so that by the end of the day, there are a few takeaways with which we all can try and move forward. So on that note, I will just try and share the screen. And after one or two slides, I'll try and give you the opportunity to try and please share a little bit about 2 or 3 important things about yourself as we move along. And the first one will be, obviously, I'll request you to talk about your affiliation in terms of the university and the department. And the second one, the most important one, will be about your interest in life in brief. So we will try and expect all the professors to try and more or less find a little bit of a time and then they will come forward and unmute and share a little bit about it. I hope, sir, that option is given to them to unmute at any point of time, or maybe otherwise.
They have given instruction that video must be on and the speaker or audio must be mute during the lecture session. Whenever the person advise them, then only they have to.
Right. Thank you.
Unmute.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So I'll leave it to the participants.
No problem.
Sure. Because I'll try and make it an interactive one, because it will be like that. Thank you so much. So let's start with the first slide, and then I'll open it up for a little bit of interaction from all of you. So I'm just about to share my screen, and I hope you'll be able to see the first slide. And I'll request sir to kindly confirm if the first slide is visible to you. So we are talking about yes.
Make it full slide, sir. That's
yeah, just happening.
Yes, that's it.
Yes, I hope it's visible to everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, a very good morning once again to all the esteemed participants of this FIP. And when I put up this slide, I honestly believe in it. Respect is like a mirror. The more you show it on other people, it will reflect back on you. And on that note, I will try and take the slide forward. And I think as I was sharing that we are part of Guru Dakshita. And by now, everybody knows that there are different modules as per Guru Dakshita. And today specifically, I'll be focusing on module 5. And if you look at module 5, the broad heading will be about personal, emotional development and a little bit of counseling. So as academician, as we expect that you come from different discipline, from different walks of life, I think the most important thing is how we look at the concept of life skills, because UGC is requesting all of us to try and impart it to our students also. So whenever we'll be interacting with them, and I think the concept of life skills is very important across all profession, not just academics, but in the corporate world and beyond. So that will be the focus of the session, which talks about life skills and a little bit of work-life balance for academician, that is you and me, in the 21st century. I hope it's visible to everybody, and I'll just go back to the chat option, and I hope we'll be making use of the chat option as we move forward, and you will be able to give your responses there. So here comes my first request for all of you, and I hope you'll be able to drop a response after looking at my request. So my request is coming for all of you. So kindly keep an eye on the chat option as we move along. And I hope in that way, we'll be able to have an interaction going. So my first request is kindly check if you are having clarity about the topic of the session. Please drop a yes along with maybe your department. That will be nice if you can drop a yes if you got clarity about what will be the focus of the session today. So we will spend some time about life skills and a little bit of work-life balance for you and me, that is academician. So that is the one which we will try and do. So yes, I can see responses are appearing from Professor. Yes, I can see with your, yes, thank you so much, all the professors for sharing. Dr. Shiva is there. Thank you. Welcome, Professor Sachin. Dr. Nagesh, thank you for your prompt response. I can see, yes, yes, Dr. I think Shankara Raman is there. Yes, thank you. And I think, yes, Professor Ganesh is also there responding quickly. Thank you very much. Please drop in your response as we move along. And I think in that way, we will take the next slide and open it up for all of you. So here comes the next slide. And I think we were talking about Module 5 of Guru Dakshita, which focuses on a little bit of personal and emotional development and counseling. So the session will be on life skills and little bit of work-life balance. And I hope you have a lot of things to share on this, and collectively, I think it will be an enriching session for all of you. So let's try and start with this thought process, and then I will open it up for another observation in the chat box. It goes like this: if you can dream it, you can do it. And I will leave it for 10 seconds for all of you to have a look, and then I will request you for a quick observation on this thought process. So if you can dream it, you can do it. So that is a thought process, and keeping that in mind, I have another request for all of you in the chat box. So I will drop another request, and then hopefully you can respond to it in either a single word or maybe a couple of words. So my request is, so kindly just keep an eye on the chat box, and I hope it will be visible to all of you. And then my request is in the chat box, please drop a yes, no connected with this thought process. What is the dream? Do you remember you saw last night? So that is my request. We were talking about dreams and all. Do we remember the dream we saw last night? It can be yes, no, maybe no dreams. So whatever be your response, let's see what is the answer that we are getting. The fastest response is Dr. Nagesh. Thank you, sir, for your response. And I think Sarah had said yes. We are getting quick responses from, I think, the rest of the professor. Dr. Padmalata is there. Welcome, Dr. Padmalata had also said yes. Dr. Lloyd has said no. Thank you. Yes, please drop in your responses. And I think as we move along, we will try and figure it out. Professor Sachin is saying no. Thank you, Dr. Ganesh, for your response. Yes, yes, sir, said got old memories and all. Very good. Professor Savita had said yes. So it's a mixed response as expected. And I think when we talk about dreams, slowly we will try and get involved in it. So my question was to try and figure out, do we remember what we saw last night? And on that note, I think we are getting all the professors to respond. Dr. Shiva had said no. Thank you so much. Professor Vinay Kumar sir had also given a response to it. So let's move forward. And I think I'll put the next slide, and hopefully you will have a few things to share about it. So let's try and take the next slide. Yes, this talks about if you can dream it, you can do it. And hopefully everybody has seen and heard about the next viewpoint, which comes from none other than our honorable late president, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. What exactly dreams are all about? So I just asked you about a dream to try and see whether we remember what we saw last night, or maybe if nothing. But I think this is what came from Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, and we all are familiar with it. Dreams is not what you see in sleep. I repeat, dreams is not what you see in sleep, is the thing which doesn't let you sleep. And I hope at this juncture, we will have at least a few of the professors to share their thought process on this a little bit of view coming from our honorable late president, Dr. Abdul Kalam. So yes, I'll open it up. If you are in a convenient position, at least a couple of you can unmute and share those basic informations, little bit about your affiliation and your interest in life. And then comes this thought process. So let's try and see if anybody can raise your hands. If that option is open, you can just kindly raise your hand and come forward and share a little bit about those basic information about your interest in life, about your affiliation, and about this particular thought process. What is your opinion? Is Dr. Savita in a position? Welcome, ma'am. Very good morning. Are you willing to unmute and maybe come forward and share a little bit about your interest in life along with your department? Yes, looking forward to Professor Savita, if that option is given to ma'am. Yes. Is it possible to unmute? I don't know if you are having that option to unmute. Anybody for that matter. Dr. Lloyd, I can see you. Thank you. Welcome to the session. If you are in a convenient position to unmute and share that.
Good morning, sir.
Sir, yes, good morning.
The interest of anyone, it depends upon the life that they are living in or that they are leading in. And as my personal thing, it's my dream. There are so many dreams that we dream actually. So as you mentioned, as our proud president for late APJ Abdul Kalam sir. So like the dreams what you is not to see just which doesn't let you to sleep actually. So I would say it is like I had a dream of becoming a part of the university system. Okay, that was a dream where it was pushed and made me to think about it as my father, who always kept pushing me to that you have to be a part of the university and you should achieve that in the life. That was the thing which he, since from the childhood, that he was pushing, because he was a part of the university. So he was into a non-teaching where he joined as a daily wage earner for 10 rupees in 1978, but he got retired as a Dept.of finance officer at the University of Mysore, where that kept me, because I have seen the phase of his life from drawing a 10 rupees per day as a daily wage earner, and he got retired as a gazetted officer. So where we had seen the ups and downs, where he had witnessed the life of the people who were working at the university of at the university level. So where he was always pushing me and dreaming about like this is how the life is going to be. So today I have achieved it, but unfortunately I lost him. He's not there to see the dream what he had dreamt of, which has come true. So but I am living that dream, because wherever he might be today, and with his blessing, the dream has been achieved, and the dream of his job and his life of mine has been fulfilled, sir.
Thank you so much, Dr. Nagesh, and it's very touchy, emotional thing that you are sharing. And I think, yes, these are things with which we stand before our student. Thank you. Just by the way, sir, your interest in life, apart from research, academics and all, if anything specific you want to share briefly.
That is most important. I wanted to tell you that I have a very good interest in doing research also. So as an academician, we need to have more and more of a research activity where that is going to be a innovative way we can disseminate the information and create the knowledge for the students, where which we can make a better future of the people and the world, and we can bring the change in the society.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Sir is on the right track and helping hopefully a lot of students also to follow his footsteps. That was Dr. Nagesh. Thank you so much. Nice interacting with you. Yes, Dr. Lloyd was supposed to share something. Yes, sir. A little bit about your department and your interest in life.
Good morning, sir. My name is Dr. Lloyd Vicky D'Souza, and I'm from the Department of Social Work, and I work in Dakshina Kannada. Sir, I think the goal of my life, what I perceive, it has been changing, keeping on changing since my childhood. But later on now, what I want to say is that I probably want to keep myself happy and also the people around me happy. That's what the goal of my life is. And for this reason, maybe I keep on changing the mindset and try and see what can help keep myself happy and others also happy. That's it.
Wonderful, sir. And I think your students are really lucky and privileged to have you, because you will spread a lot of happiness inside the classroom also. Thank you so much. Please be there. We will connect with you as we move along. Thank you. That was Dr. Lloyd. Yes, if anybody else, Dr. Rekha, welcome to the session, ma'am. If you're in a convenient position, you're most welcome to unmute and share a little bit about your affiliation and your interest in life.
Namaste, sir.
Good morning, ma'am. Namaste. Yes.
Sir, Rekha, Dr. Rekha HL, Kannada Vibhaga, Shada Vilas College, Mysore. ನನ್ನ ಲೈಫ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳೋದಾದರೆ, ನನ್ನ ಟೀಚಿಂಗ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡಿಗೆ ಬಂದು 2.5 years ಆಯಿತು ಸರ್. ಇದುವರೆಗೂ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಂದರೆನ ಕೊಡದೇನೆ, ನನಗೆಷ್ಟೇ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆದ್ರೂ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಎರಡೂ ಕೂಡ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ತೊಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರಿ ಇದುವರೆಗೂ. ಹಾಗೆ ಮುಂದುವರೆದು ಇರಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ನನ್ನ ಆಸೆ. ನನಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸಾಧ್ಯನೋ ಅಷ್ಟು ಸಮಾಜಕ್ಕೆ ಒಳಿತು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ನನ್ನ.
Thank you. Thank you. Welcome, ma'am, to the session. Please be there. We will connect with you as we move forward. Thank you. That was Dr. Rekha. Thank you. I think we were talking about life. We were talking about life's journey, and then we connected with dreams and all, and the thought process of none other than late Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam ji. Dr. Pravina is there with us. Dr. Pravina P. Welcome, sir. Good morning. If you can briefly share a little bit about your department and a little bit about your interest in life.
ಗುಡ್ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಸರ್. ನಾನು ಕಾಸರಗೋಡಿನ ಕೇರಳ ಕೇಂದ್ರೀಯ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಳೆದ ವರ್ಷಗಳಿಂದ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ನಾನು ಒಟ್ಟು ಆಗುವಾಗ ನನ್ನೊಂದು 20 ವರ್ಷ ಆಯ್ತು ಸರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್. D.Ed B.Ed ಅಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೆ, PU ಡಿಗ್ರಿಗೂ ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಈ ಲೈಫ್ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ ಎನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಅಗತ್ಯ. ಈ ಲೈಫ್ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ ಮತ್ತು ಇದು ವರ್ಕ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ವಾತಾವರಣದೊಂದಿಗೆ ಇದ್ದುಕೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿಯಿಂದ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಕೂಡ ಬ್ರಾಡ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಆ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಇನ್ನೂ ಕೂಡ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ನಾವು ಕೂಡ ಹಾಗೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಆಗ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ವಿಚಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗ್ಲಿ, ಆಫೀಸ್ ವಿಚಾರ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ತರಬಾರ್ದು, ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ವಿಚಾರ ಆಫೀಸ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಾರ್ದು. ಆ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಶಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾವು ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ರೀತಿ.
Thank you so much for joining in, Dr. Pravina P. And I think, sir, hopefully will give us good company as we move forward. Thank you so much. And I think as we move forward, I think the session is on life skills and about work-life balance. So let's take the next slide, and I hope you will have a few points to share about that. Yes, we move forward, and we were talking about this thought process of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, and I think let's try and take forward about this journey of life. The next slide will give you an opportunity to try and look at your life and just answer this simple question. So my question is, do we live for years? Do we live for months? Do we live for days or something else? How you like to live your life? It's up to you, your life. And I think when we meet our students, hopefully they will also have their own take on how they want to try and live their life. So my question is, do we live for years? Do we live for months or we live for days? Or even something else? So on that note, I will request you please try and check the chat box, and then just one word answer or something else also you can write. So my question is, do we live for years, months, or days, or something else also? So I don't know whatever is your answer, but you can just drop a response, how you like to take your life forward. Do we live for years? Dr. Nagesh, the first one. Thank you, sir, for your response. And I think sir has written live every moment. Very true. Dr. Padmalata had written years. That's great. Thank you. How you like to take your life forward? It's your life, and you are most welcome to try and drop it. So those who are right now in the session, I hope you have an answer for this question, whether it's Dr. Shuresha, or maybe whether it's maybe Dr. Mansa, whoever is us joining us right now. I think everybody will drop an answer there. Doctor, I think yes, Nirupadi had said yes, live each second. Absolutely good. And I think live in the present, as we have already figured out from Dr. D'Souza. Thank you. Please drop in your responses, those who are seeing the options in the chat box. And I think yes, Dr. Lloyd has given live in the present moment. So that's a wonderful take on that. Live with reality. That is Dr. Suresha. Very wonderful thought process. Dr. Pravina P had given years. So I think it's our life and the way we try to live it. So there is another thought process, and I hope those who are right now in the session, my question was very simple. So it's a journey about life, and how do we like to live our life? Do we live for years? Do we live for months, or days, or even something else? So that's something else already, I think some of you have given the answer. So I was actually also expecting the next portion to come from all of you. So do we look for some moments also, or maybe some seconds, as you have mentioned in case of a life? So here comes the next one. Or we live for some special moments, some memorable moments. Ye bhi ho sakta hai. So this can also happen, that you live for only those special moments. And I think the next slide will request you to just without putting much pressure, agar aapko kuch yaad aa raha hai, if you are able to recall any memorable moment from your life. And that's why I'm saying life. It can be from your academic life, it can be beyond in your personal life. Agar aisa kuch yaad aa raha hai, if anything comes to your mind which you can recall and would love to share, you are most welcome to try and talk about that memorable moment. And I think over the years, I have seen a lot of professors talking about something connected with their profession, whether getting the first job, whether it's maybe completing their doctoral degree and beyond, whether maybe talking about something very touchy personal moment where they talk about getting married or having a baby born in the family, or maybe something different also. So agar aapko lagta hai ki you can able to talk about anything memorable, you can drop that in the chat box also. So I'll just quickly request that in the chat box as we proceed, and I hope if you remember, if you come across anything that you'd love to share, so I'm requesting that any memorable moment from your life. So always I insist on life, because yes, yes, I think we already got Dr. Shankara Ma saying that, yes, whenever my parents feel proud about me, and absolutely, I think seeing your parents feel proud, happy about your good deed, that's a really a memorable moment. So anything you can write, please, if anything comes to your mind. So you are most welcome to write or even unmute and share that also. That will be wonderful. Yes, as I expected, having a baby born in the family. So that's when I think talk with ourselves in a day. So that's very interesting. Dr. I think Shuresha had mentioned, hardly we get time to sit with ourselves in this fast-paced world. So that's wonderful. So with my high school students, I think class teaching is what we are seeing. Professor, I think Vashavaraj had mentioned that when I qualified, that is Professor Sachin writing about UGC, yes, NET, JRF, with AIN9. Thank you. All those things and beyond, I think it will be something which we all remember. May not be that recent, but when we look back at our life, we all remember that. So anymore, I think, yes, we can see Dr. I think Rama Devi had written, you live with positive changes in society. Yes, I think these are little
I would like
things.
to just share one thing with you,
Yeah,
sir,
sure.
right now. So for
Yes,
the moment,
yes.
because you said,
Yeah.
when I was about to submit my thesis, I had broken my leg where I was on a wheelchair. So where I had to finish and I had to submit within the month, the duration. So where previous to that, my father was, totally ill because of the health issue. He was bedridden, and he had come from the deathbed actually. So, but when I took care of him all those days, but when I fell ill and when I was in a wheelchair, he is the one. Though he had recovered very recently from his, the disease and everything, but he stood with me, and me being adult, I had to take a responsibility of him. But when I was on a wheelchair, he is the one who took me on scooter, or by taking by auto. Everywhere he moved around, he did each and everything. Where I lived that moment, where when I got my PhD degree as a Dr. Nagesh, so he was in a tears. So that is the very memorable moment that I have in my life.
Absolutely, and I think same thing also is reflected. Thank you, Dr. Nagesh, once again for sharing that memorable moment. We have something similar from Dr. Lloyd D'Souza also. Tears of joy in my father's eyes the day I completed my PhD Viva. And I think these are our dreams. We started off with dreams and all. And then we had another response from Dr. Padmalata ma'am, who is saying that my son got the gold medal. And I think really it's a proud moment being a parent and all. Thank you. When I got a job in, I think, a multinational company, Dr. Ganesh, and I think, so your students are hopefully lucky to have you bringing in a little bit of industry experience and sharing that in the classroom environment. Thank you so much, all the esteemed professors, as we move along. So let's try and take it forward. We were talking about memorable moments, and we got not just one, but many coming from all of you. So let's try and take it forward about some memorable moments. So life is a story, and I think a little bit for the last 5-10 minutes, we got to hear one or two really heart-touching stories, and I think there are even still many which are there in the group today. So life is a story, so why not narrate it? And as I said, I'll give you the opportunity to try, and even by the way, you can drop your department also in the chat box, so that I'll get to know who is representing which department, because may not be possible for everybody to unmute at the same time. So you can silently drop your department also. That will be wonderful. So let's move on to this one. And I think har kisi ke life say, for everybody's life, these two terms are more or less well connected. One is success, the other one is failure. And there are a lot of professors who might have tested lot of success in your life, and with those success stories we will try and move forward today. So when we talk about success and failure, I hope there are many which you would have already shared in the chat box. I have seen, whether it's from your professional world or maybe from your personal life. So how is the road to success, if I request you, when you have tested some success, आगे भी बहुत सारे success आप जरूर taste करेंगे, but when you look back, how was the road to success? So I think it can be very smooth for some of us, or it can be a little bit challenging for some of us. So it will depend who you are and what exactly was your definition of success, or is your definition of success. So the road to success, if you ask me, is always under construction. And I think today also, during this FIP, you have already completed 1 week and few more weeks to go. So you are here to create the road towards your next success, whether we talk about career advancement, whether we talk about a little bit of enrichment that is expected to happen throughout this FIP. So the road to success is almost always under construction. And on this note, I will again request you for your quick response. And मुझे पता है कि everybody will try to answer this. It's a very simple question, and I hope as academician, what is our thought process? That is what I want to figure out. So please keep an eye in the chat box, and then hopefully you'll be able to drop your responses. So here comes the question, and I hope you will have your answer ready for this. My question is in front of you, and hopefully after looking at the question, you will have an answer ready as academician. So my question is there any shortcut to success? What is that life has taught you? So you can drop a response from your experience of life, because aaj ka jo session, it is on life skills and life's journey. So that's why I hope you can drop your answer with your department also. That will be nice. Just like I think once again, I'll request Professor Nirupadi K to just write your answer with your department. That will be nice. So there are no shortcut. Dr. Nagesh, if you kindly mention once again the department along with your answer, all the esteemed professor, that will be nice. So Professor Sachin is saying no, absolutely. And as I requested, if you
actually,
sorry, sir,
no
Dr. Shiv Kumar. Yes, sir.
sir.
Sorry, sir. Just come again. Very good morning, sir.
You have to die hard. If there is a shortcut for success, means only in the field of lottery, public lottery.
Absolutely.
But to find
absolutely.
a success in life, one must die hard.
Absolutely.
To
And
reach
I
the
think
heaven, hell is the way. Through hell only we can reach heaven. That is what I understood clearly in my life.
absolutely. Absolutely, sir. And I think if you don't mind sharing about your department also, sir, and a little bit about your interest in life, if you want to just briefly share with all the participants and with me. So your department, you're from which department, sir? Dr. Shiva Kumar, and briefly about your interest in life, sir, if any. I hope sir will let us know about that. And all the professors are, I think, agreeing on this, that yes, Dr. Swami D is saying hard work is the only shortcut to success. Absolutely true. Yes, thank you, Dr. Nagesh. I think from Department of Social Work. Thank you. We have Professor D'Souza saying that if success means money, there are shortcuts. For contentment, there is no shortcut. Very well said, sir. And I think all the responses that we are getting, hard work is coming from Dr. Ganesh from Department of Chemistry. Thank you so much, sir, for that. Life, I think Dr. Ramadevi is writing that taught us we are being as a human being. Yes, absolutely. During the pandemic, we have understood different meaning of life, many of us. Dr. Padmalata had said no shortcut. It needs hard work. Absolutely, from Department of Education. And I think from Department of Microbiology, we have Dr. Manasa saying no shortcut to success. That's true. And I think everybody, whoever is right now in the session, and I hope as academician, we all hopefully will agree that there are no shortcut to success. As Dr. Shiva Kumar rightly pointed out, if you are thinking about luck, if you are thinking about lottery, then only maybe there might be some easy way out. Otherwise, in life, you have to go through hell to reach heaven. Very well said, sir. Thank you so much, Dr. Shiva Kumar, for that wonderful way of interpreting it. So if there are no shortcut to success, I think why not look at the next slide, which will give us some little bit of a thought about it. So let's try and move forward. And I think I was requesting about how is the road to success. And hopefully, I think we have agreed that there are no shortcuts. So the road to success is almost always under construction. And when I talk about no shortcut to success, you only give me the confidence to talk about it. So why not let's check out this success will. So I'll request you to please check it out in a clockwise manner. And many of you have mentioned about hard work. And I think that is the starting point, what we are saying. It starts with work, whether we talk about hard work or smart work in today's context. And then agar clockwise, if you move from left to right, you see why should somebody work hard? Because we want to improve. And I think you must be telling your students about it also, that if you want to improve, you need to work hard and smart. And then while we are working hard and smart, we need to have a focus. And I think today all the professors are having a clear focus. Why have you joined this FIP? Mujhe pata hai ki yes, this is as per the career advancement purpose, but I think it's more of your passion, if you see, that has brought you here today. I know you might be having a lot of other commitment in life, but in spite of that, you are doing it well, you are interacting, you are sharing your thoughts. So it's a push that is coming from within. Andar ka jo awaaz hai, it's coming from within. Your external drive will not motivate you much. So it is a push that is from within, which has brought you here. And hopefully you must be telling your student about it also. And we are in the service profession because we are here to serve our students who are going to be the future of the nation. And I represent an institute which is known as St.Xavier's College, Kolkata. And we are a part of a Jesuit organization. And somehow dekhte we are in the 163rd year of our existence. This college was founded in 1860. And our respected father principal, Father Dominic Savvy, always remind us that we are in this profession because we are here to accompany our students in this life's journey. Because these students are going to pass out from Xavier's and they are going to become men and women for others. So we are in this noble profession. And I hope you also have similar kind of thought process in your respective universities and colleges and institute. And it is going to be our ideas, if you see, whether we talk about our research idea or maybe the idea and the innovation that you bring in your classroom, in your lecture session, that will set you apart from the rest. And as we have seen that we all have to go through some sort of criticism. At times we have to face some sort of a rejection if you're submitting papers or maybe research projects and other things. So we have to remind our student not to lose heart. They have to take pressure and eventually they have to work hard. And hopefully then only will be able to taste success. So I hope if that option is open to you, I hope I'll put another request in the chat box. If you have seen the slide, you will not hesitate to drop a response after looking at my question. So do we agree with the success will? So if you agree that there are no shortcut to success, I hope you will agree with what we saw just now, that there is no substitute to hard work or smart work. And from there, it carries on with little bit of focus, passion, with little bit of service motive. That's why we all are in the noble profession of serving the student and the future of the nation. So yes, I can see Dr. Nagesh responding. Thank you, Dr. Vinay Kumar sir, for responding. Dr. Sachin, thank you for your prompt response. So as we move along, I think those who are yet to give your department, anytime you are dropping a message in the chat box, you're most welcome to mention your department also, if you have not given. So that will give me an idea about the different departments. We are having professors from all across state and beyond. So let's move on. And if there are no shortcut to success, I think the next slide will try and clarify that. So here comes the next slide. And I think it will say that you are going to be the creator of your own destiny. So मुझे पता है कि आप भी अपने students को बोलते रहते हैं कि you are there as a mentor, as a facilitator, as a guide. But I think they are going to be the creator of your own destiny. And I think so we have to try and remind them that yes, divine intervention, whether we talk about God, Allah, whatever name you call it, hopefully might be there. But end of the day, it is up to you to try and create your own destiny. And I hope for the last half an hour, we have more or less warmed ourselves up. Slowly, we will try and get into a role-playing exercise. So I hope you will not mind doing that. So let's try and place a thought once again before you. So we were talking about life's journey, about dreams, about success and failure. And then comes this thought process. So I'll leave it for 20 seconds for all of you to see. And then I'll request for your quick observations on this. So which says, falling in love is easy, staying in love requires work. So I will leave you with this thought and then request you for your quick observation. I'll put a request in the chat box. I hope everybody is seeing it. And if you are able to see it, hopefully you will not hesitate to drop your responses, which is going to come to my question. So my question is, aap apne hisab se please try and give your thoughts. So with your department, obviously. So falling in love is easy. There is no right or wrong answer, but I'm not completing it. I'm just expecting that you saw it. So falling in love is easy, but staying in it requires work. So आपको जो लगता है आप लिखिए please chat box में, and if you are in a convenient position to unmute, we will love to listen to you also. So let's see what the professors are talking about. Dr. Nagesh totally agrees with it. Yes, it requires a lot of effort from sir's experience. Sir is sharing that. So please feel free up दीजिएगा. Dr. Manasa is saying absolutely right. Okay. So the next response is coming from Dr. Padmalata. Please mention your department also, because that makes the answer interesting. It requires honesty. I totally agree with ma'am what you have said, Dr. Padmalata. Thank you, because I think from your experience, you have understood that from life's rich experience. Yes, sir. Professor Nirupada DK is saying yes. So few more answers. I think hopefully we are going to get. We have Professor, I think, Dr. Pravina with us. Dr. Swami is there with us. Anytime you are having a little bit of time and you are in a convenient position, you are most welcome to share your thoughts and answers. So let's see. We have Professor Dr. Bharati also with us. Feel free and give your responses. Dr. Rekha is there with us. And it will be nice to try and connect with the Dr. Suresha also. So when we try and move forward. So yes, Dr. Pravina had given, yes, very, very true. Sir is agreeing with the thought process that falling in love is easy and staying in it requires a little bit of a walk. So that's what we are saying. So please feel free, give your thoughts in the chat box. And then when I talk about it, hopefully, yes, Dr. Rashmi had given a very wonderful thought, and I hope she is having a lot of things in mind. If it is possible for you to unmute and share your thought, that will be wonderful, because it's very meaningful, whatever Dr. Rashmi had mentioned. Yes, welcome, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning, Supriyo sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey,
Good
Supriyo
morning,
sir.
please.
Good morning. I'm
Yes,
Srimati Rashmi, Assistant Professor, Government First Grade College, Hangodu. I have a total of 23 years of teaching experience. I represent the stream of commerce. For past 21 years, I worked in a private stream. Now, recently, for the past 1 year, I've shifted to the government stream. So now, what is your love for is a question. If that is being identified and if that is being found out in ourselves, then the rest goes on easy. So your love for should be your own, choice or your own interest. You cannot love things what everybody loves. Someone love their family, someone love their profession, someone love their children. It's the love for is a question mark. It should come in inherent. It should come inherent. So that's what
very true, ma'am. And I think if you touch upon your interest in life also, apart from the department you mentioned, what are your interest in life briefly, ma'am?
Specifically right now at this point is because right now I'm into my profession. I want to set right and finish my PhD. It's late, even though with these many years of service. I just want to finish my research. PhD should be completed. Good teaching and get a good way, because we show way for students. I also feel that I need to show a good way for my daughter. That is right now my present interest.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And I think wonderful, very well said. And hopefully all of us have our own take when it comes to love and all. Yes, sir. Yes, please. Please, please go ahead.
Murugesh, sir. Sir,
yes,
my
please.
love and affection towards teaching and research. I work for the Brown Academy and then platform area students, especially right now working in Vijaypur. My core interest is to provide research assistance to the needy people. So many people are working for different areas, but they don't know how to use statistical tools in their research and applications are there. In this case, I can give these services to the needy people. They can appreciate the lifetime research progression, how to carry out these things as an interested area. So many things are to stay. This is limited platform. You can say a lot of things. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor, for sharing that. And I think wonderful. When we talk about it, Dr. Shankrama is saying it's totally unconditional. And I hope these are wonderful thoughts that you are sharing. And I hope when we put up that slide, my intention was not only about talking about any individual, love for any individual, but my intention was somewhere different. And I hope the next couple of slides will try and take us there. So this was a slide on that. I thought of expecting your little bit of observation from your vast experience in life, not just in the academic world. So it goes like this: falling in love is easy, but staying in love requires work. And ma'am was absolutely spot on in saying what exactly is that love we are referring to. That's a question. So here comes the next slide. And I hope after looking at this, you will understand what was my intention. My intention was to talk about love, not just from the point of view of any individual or maybe your life partner, but we were talking about love in all respect. And I hope we have come across this thought process from none other than late Steve Jobs, which says the only way to do great work is to love what you do. And as academician, I hope I'll have the next question coming for all of you, and you will not hesitate to drop a response to that. I repeat, the only way to do great work is to love what you do. And on that note, I will request all of you once again, agar aapne dekhe honge ye slide, so please drop the response in the chat box. I'll have a question for you. My question is, do we love what we do? So when we talk about what we do regularly, do we love that? Mainly I'm talking about your profession. So let's see what the academician had to give, and I will expect an honest answer. May not be always yes, it can be sometimes, it can be occasionally, not that I love or I get to have that opportunity to do that. So my question is, do we love what we do regularly? So let me see how you are giving the answer to that question in the chat box. So please feel free and drop your responses in the chat box. So do we love what we do? So as an academician, जो आप करते रहते हैं, आपको लगता है कि you love every bit of it? Dr. Nagesh is saying it depends. Very good. आप देते रहिए answer, and let's see what exactly the responses we are getting from all of you. So my question was, we talked about the only way to do great work is to love what you do, and do we really love what we do? Yes, I think Dr. Pravina had saying commitment. Absolutely true. Commitment is something I think is required whatever we are doing. So do we enjoy, do we love what we do every day as academician? Jo kaam humko karna padta hai, so do we really enjoy? Do we really like it or not? I don't know, but I will expect an answer. So just write yes, no, maybe, and something else also. Jo bhi aapko lagta hai. Yes, Dr. Shiva Kumar is there once again. Yes, please, sir. Go ahead.
But I wanted to add my opinion. So once the verdict given by the Supreme Court for the death sentence to someone, so in a jail, hangman, that is his duty to hang people. Then how can he love his job?
Sir, absolutely right. And I think that gives him his bread and butter. So I think as already pointed out in the point here, we talk about dedication, we talk about commitment, and I think we can call it professionalism. After doing his job, he might have a little bit of introspection himself or herself, I don't know. But you are absolutely right bringing up that point. So we are talking about our role as academician, end of the day, and I think sir was absolutely spot on. The verdict is coming from somewhere, and he is or she is just executing it. So are we also in the same position in our university and colleges, that we are only executing the order, the instruction that is coming from the top, or we are also having a little bit of freedom, little bit of flexibility to try and maybe live and love our day-to-day activities, whatever we are doing? So that's, I think, the thought process. And absolutely right, sir. Happy to see you pointing out all those little anecdotes and all. Thank you so much. Professor Sachin is saying being happy at work and loving what you do is an overall productivity boost. Yes, and enhances performance. Absolutely true. And I think when we talk about Professor Dr. Ganesh is saying, yes, I am happy. Sir is happy. And I think Professor Bharti is saying dedication and commitment. So whatever we do, I think these are important questions that we have to answer. And I think for the last almost close to an hour, we have hopefully warmed ourselves up. And my request will be, are we interested for a role play? And it will be a simple role play, because otherwise it will become monotonous. I'll show you a slide where you are going to see a picture. All esteemed professors, if you are with me, I'll show you a slide and you'll come across a picture. So the first question is what you saw in that picture, you have to write. So if you are interested in this role playing, it's like an open book exam. So पहले से मैं आपको question दे रहा हूँ. So I'm sharing the question with you beforehand. आपको सिर्फ answer देना है. So I hope I'll drop that question and hopefully you will have give a response to that. So are we interested for quick role play? So it's a very simple role play and I hope आपको क्या करना है, you are supposed to try and actually see a picture and then you will supposed to write what exactly you saw in that picture. So please, if you drop yes, no, maybe, I think then we can have the role play. So whoever is interested, आपको कुछ नहीं करना है, आपको picture देखना है and then in the chat box a question will appear. You have to just give an answer and the question also I'm sharing in advance. What exactly you're going to see in the picture, that is what you are supposed to write. I can see Dr. D'Souza is saying yes, Professor Rashmi is saying yes, Professor Bharti ma'am is saying yes. Thank you. Those who are interested, please drop a response. Dr. Ganesh is saying yes. Thank you, Professor. I think Ganesh for responding. Yes, Dr. Murugesha, Dr. Sachin is saying yes. Dr. Nagesh is all throughout with us, giving us good company, like all other professors saying yes. So I hope level 1 of the question is yes, Doctor. I think Srimant is there. So I don't know what exactly is the message. You must add the group. So I didn't get it if it is directed to me or someone else. If you can kindly correct me, Dr. Srimant had written something. I don't know what is it. So please try and get ready. So here comes, I think, yes, Dr. Ramadevi is saying, thank you for that response. So chaliye, we will have a short role play with all of you. And this is a level 1 of the game. So here is the role play. So this is level 1. And my question is, what did we see? So what exactly? So we saw what exactly we saw. So my question is, what did we see? So wait for the slide to appear and then please wait for the slide to come and then you will supposed to answer. So that is the first level of the game. So I'm sharing the screen once again with all of you and hopefully you will try and take part in this role playing. So here is that, not this one. So it will come after. So you agreed that maybe many of us said we love what we do, and as academician, hopefully with that we go to meet our students and we try and do a little bit of mentoring. So life is a journey and life is also a game. So we have seen a little bit of success and failure about life. So why not try and play it? So life is a game. And in this FIP today, for the first time, why not we try and play a game? It's a very simple one. So here comes, I think we have warmed ourselves up for last almost close to an hour. And I think not this slide, the slide which is going to come next. I hope it's visible. Can anybody confirm if you're seeing the slide written role playing? By unmuting, that will help me to understand that hopefully it is visible.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So I hope the question is also there. Thank you so much. The question is also there in the chat box for all of you. So aap thoda dekhiega, and I think once we try and see the slide, you will have to try. And only request to all of you, please, it will be played in real time. Humble request, otherwise we will not enjoy this role play. So please don't take any screenshot because it will be in real time, because there will be few more levels. So that's why I will request you for an honest kind of participation as we keep on requesting our student. I know I don't have to place that request. You will all play in real time. So don't take any screenshot. It will be very fast. Aap dekhiega theek se, and then you will supposed to give your answer. So here comes your picture and you will have 10 seconds. I count the time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So let's see. My question is there. What did we see? Jisne jo dekha, ab likhiye please. What caught your attention? You can write. What you saw in that picture, please write fast. And let me see who is actually responding. How fast? So my question is, what did we get to see in that picture? Jisko jo dikhai diya, you are most welcome to write, please. I will wait for a few seconds for all of you to give your answers, and then we will hopefully go to the next level. I hope everybody is willing to give it. Dr. Swami is there. I think Dr. Bharti is there. Professor, I think D'Souza is there with us throughout. Professor Savita, hopefully ma'am will also get to write something in the chat box. Dr. Ganesh is there. Dr. Padmalata is there.
Camera.
Please, yes, please. Yes, I can see the responses are coming. I think
Artificial intelligence behind this picture.
okay, wonderful. So I think Dr. Shiva Kumar always coming up with wonderful take on everything. Thank you so much. It's an honor and pleasure to connect with you, sir. Dr. Shuresha has said, yes, from Department of Library and Information Science, ma'am saw some birds and a lady. Dr. Shiva had seen horses, birds, and a girl. Great. I think Dr. Shiva, Dr. Nagesh, a lady, horse, and birds. Very good. Doctor, I think Shan Krama has seen beautiful lady, wonderful. Dr. Ganesh also saw a beautiful lady. Professor Bharti ne dekha hai birds and a lady. Great. I think all of you are playing excellent because irrespective of your department, I didn't expect, but you're playing great. This is level 1 of the game. Dr. Rashmi is playing well, a beautiful face, ma'am saw. We saw Dr. I think 2 horses also coming from yes, Dr. Padmalata had seen lady, birds, and horses. Great. Dr. D'Souza ne dekha hai face of a lady along with birds and horses. And I think everybody is playing very well. And please, any more responses coming? Dr. Savita had also seen lady, horses, and birds. So that's great. All of us are playing well. And I think so we are ready for the next level. So the first level was like an open book exam question. पहले से आपको बोला गया था. But now the question will not be disclosed. So I think this will be level 2. A request to all of you. Otherwise, you'll be disqualified. Please listen to my brief, all of you. For the next question, you will have to see the picture once again, and then you will have to respond with your department. If you don't mention your department along with the answer, so that will lead to disqualification. So I request you all humbly to try and also mention the department with your answer for the next question. Are we all ready? I hope, Dr. Nagesh, we all are ready to take up the next level.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, chaliye. So we
Yes,
have
sir.
level 2 for all of you. So I'll not disclose the question, but I'll show you the picture once again in real time. Watch for the slide once again, and then please respond to the question. So wait for, don't write anything, but once you see the question, then only you give your answer. But one thing is mandatory, you need to mention along with the answer your department. So that will make it meaningful. So here comes the slide once again for all of you. And I hope you will try and watch it once again in real time. So this is a game which is played in real time, no screenshot. Once again, it's a condition applied. So here goes the picture, and I hope everybody is ready to take part in the next level of the game. So just wait, it will appear very soon. So warm up ho gaya, and we are going to see the same picture once again. So watch out for the picture in real time for 10 seconds once again, and it appears before you now. So watch carefully, and I think after that I'll have a question for all of you. Yes, so your time starts now once again for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So don't be in a hurry to answer. Look for the question and answer with your department. I request you please mention the department along with your answer. It will be a numerical answer. How many birds we saw? If you see 1, 2, 3, jo bhi answer hoga, you write that, and along with that mention please your department. So that will make it meaningful. Absolutely right from Bharti ma'am. She had written Commerce Department 3. Great. So we have 5 from Dr. Nagesh from Social Work. From Dr. Manasa Microbiology, she noticed 2. From Biochemistry, Dr. Shiva is in 3. Please mention your department, Professor Basav Raj. I think you have seen 4, but kindly mention your department. I think Dr. Suresh, 2 horses. I think I requested for the birds. How many birds you saw, Dr. Suresha, if you can write that from Library and Information Science. Professor Rashmi from Commerce had seen 4. So we can see already there are a lot of differences in our answer. For last 1 week, all were together and we saw the same thing, but the answers are not telling. Department of Social Work, both I think Professor Nagesh and Dr. D'Souza, and hopefully their answers are not matching. Professor D'Souza is seeing 5. From Canada, Dr. Rekha had seen 3. Great. Professor Savita, please mention your department also. Ma'am has seen 3. From Education Department, Professor Padmalata had seen 4. Dr. Pravina 6 from Department of Kannada. From Department of Chemistry, Dr. Ganesh had seen 3. Professor Sachin, I think, had seen 5 birds from Department of Zoology. Okay, so everybody, I think, Professor Ramadevi, Dr. Ramadevi had seen from Sociology 2 birds. Great. I think the answers are, you all are playing great, and I think Dr. Nagesh is saying it's 6. Okay, for the last time. So everybody has given your answers, and I think my follow-up question will be a very simple one. And this is a level 3 of the game. And my question is a very simple one. Wait for my question and then please drop your response. अगर आपको लगता है कि you saw it correctly and you are confident with your answer, so please write yes and please mention the number of birds you saw. अगर आपको लगता है कि नहीं, आप confident नहीं हो, please also write no along with the number of birds you saw. So if you think you have seen 3 and you are confident, you can write 3 and yes. अगर आपको लगता है कि no, I am not confident, so you write no along with the number of birds you saw. So please check the chat box and do this exercise. So please. So my question is, am I confident with my answer? अगर आपको लगता है कि जो आपने देखे हैं सही देखे हैं. So yes, Dr. Ganesh is confident. She is saying yes, 3. Even Dr. Nagesh is confident. I don't know who is correct. Sir is confident with 6. So you can see double the number. I am confused. That's an honest answer. I think that's great. So Dr. Ramadevi is saying I'm confused. Confident Professor Bharti from computer, I think, from commerce department, but with 3. Professor Padmalata, everybody is showing confidence with a different answer. And I think it happens with our student also. So this is, I think, the best part of it. So I'm confident, Dr. Rashmi. How can I just got my eye tested the other day. How can I be wrong? So I think Dr. Rashmi is saying like this. So I think I saw, yes, 3 from commerce. No, sir, 5 birds. And I think that is from Professor Sachin. Okay. Somebody is saying Professor Savita 7 also. Okay, great. And I think all this, whatever you are saying, it shows actually the takeaway of the session. And I think we were supposed to be here for the first session till 11:15. So we have 5 minutes for a quick observation after this takeaway. So let's move on. And what exactly are the takeaways of this particular session? And I think I'll share that with you. So when we talk about this game and role playing, I hope you will understand the objective, the point of this happens to appear before you in the next slide. And I hope when you see the slide, you will understand what exactly I am trying to hit at. So when we talk about a little bit of role playing, I think hopefully the slide is visible to you. Dr. Nagesh, can you confirm, please, if you are able to see the slide?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you. So we are actually trying to talk about the roles of an academician. And I think irrespective of our department that I figured out, whether we are from Canada, whether we are from maybe commerce, whether we are from anything like sociology, social science, whatever be it, social work, political science, geography, history, chemistry, maths, whichever discipline we belong to. I think in 21st century, this is expected from all of you. And I think you are doing it exceedingly well. And the first thing when we talk about roles expected from you and me, and I think the first one is called the interpersonal role. And I think since morning, I have figured out that you all scored 10 on 10. And I think the first one, which is expected from all of us in 21st century, and I think UGC is also reminding us about it, that how are we dealing with other people, whether it is our students, whether it's a parents and guardian of our students, whether we talk about our colleagues in the form of maybe somebody who is senior to us, or maybe our peer group, our juniors, or even different other stakeholders outside. So that I think is one which we all are scoring 10 on 10 since morning. I have figured it out. The second one, though we are in the new normal, but I think every academician, we are supposed to be good with this, which is called informational role, because we are supposed to try and get involved with the preparation of the lesson plan. We have to complete the course on time. We have to maybe set papers, do moderation and multiple roles, talking about our research and processing data and things like that, depending on your subject. And then we talk about also administrative responsibilities in the form of expectation for NAC accreditation and NRIF and many other things, what are expected from all of us. So I think today what we have done, for the last 5-7 minutes. I have given you the chance to process information. And there were multiple levels. The first one was like open book. As I said, I have requested you to try and tell me what exactly you saw in that picture. And everybody got it right. You saw maybe a face of a lady, or maybe some horses, birds and all, and many things beyond that. In the second level, I made it a little bit challenging, and I asked you to try and tell me how many birds you saw individually. And ultimately, the third role, I think, which is expected from all of us, is called the decisional role. And I hope everybody who is actively involved in this role playing today, I think you have given your decision. And whether it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 7, I don't know. But I think you have given your decision. And how confident are you with your decision? As academician, I have given you that opportunity to confirm. And many of you have admitted that, yes, you are very confident because you have full faith in your eyesight and the information that you have processed. Some of you said that, yes, we are not that confident. I am a little confused. So these are actually the roles that are expected from all of us. And instead of sharing about it, sharing or talking about it, why not we experience it? So for the last few minutes, we thought of experiencing it. So on that note, I will just request you all to try and once again go to the chat box, and then I hope you will have a few things to share there. So my question is, so I hope we knew about it, but in a different way, we thought of experiencing it. So are the roles of an academician clear? The 3 important roles, apart from a lot of other roles that we need to perform. But broadly, agar aap dekhenge, I will expect you to check in the chat box and please drop your responses. The roles that we are expected to perform comes under these 3 categories. One is the interpersonal role, how we connect, how we communicate, how we mix with people. The second one talks about a little bit of information processing in our respective universities, institute, in our area of work, research, whatever. And the third one talks about making decision at the right time. And obviously, I have deliberately put some kind of a time constraint. मैंने आपको जानबूझ के 10 सेकंड का टाइम दिया था because I wanted you to try and experience it, that many a times we are under time pressure and we have to take decision and process information as academicians. So that is what I wanted you to experience. So I will request all of you to, if you can kindly tell me in the chat box, are the roles of an academician clear after playing this role and a little bit of the game that we had? So if you can kindly try and talk about it, please try and give a response to it. My question is in the chat box for you to respond. So are the roles of an academician clear for all of you? So if you can kindly drop a yes, no, maybe, that will be nice. I can see Professor Bharti is saying yes from Department of Commerce. Dr. Nagesh is there. Thank you, sir, for giving your prompt response. Professor Pradmalata, thank you. Dr. Shiva, everybody who is right now in the session, I think we are giving a response, and it's nice to see. Yes, from microbiology, we are seeing Professor Dr. Manasha is responding. Professor Sachin is dropping a response from zoology. Thank you for your quick responses. So I'll just try and open it up. If anybody has any observation, comments, thoughts, I am most open to accepting it, because we are supposed to go for a short break, I think, and then we will be back by maybe around 11:45, if that is the timeline. So yes, Dr. Nagesh, since you started off, why not getting your a little bit of observation about the flow of the session?
So the flow of the session is very, very good actually. So there is no pause on it, but we are more active because you're keeping us our typing speed also. You're observing that how we are responding, how quick and how active we are, and you're making us to be on our toes actually. Thank you so much for to make us to be active in the morning.
Thank you so much, sir, for a morning session. We have to warm ourselves up because a long day ahead for all of you. So
absolutely,
that's already. I hope I'm not putting any stress, because the session
is
also
not
about stress
not
also. Okay, thank you. Yes, anybody else, if you have any observations?